And if I'm not a member of MCSK, I left the society because of these problems, and I joined ASCAP. I'm a member of ASCAP in the US. But that doesn't mean I don't have a right to speak about, because there are artists suffering in our country. These artists are being given 1,600 Buddha at $10 a pesa mingi yani. What the hell? So they expect me to go quiet because I left MCSK? No way. I'm still going to deal with them until we get things right, although I'm in ASCAP.
Now, I wanted to ask you, moving forward, because what this highlights, and we've highlighted this over and over again, is the problem of artists putting in work but not really getting the returns
they're due,
as it should be. What have you seen the difference being in ASCAP vis-a-vis, let's say, MCSK pertaining to collection of royalties? And what implementation do you think should be done? Because, and actually we're talking off air before the show started, we're talking about how some people, even I think there's a company or group called Ngoma. If you have, even if you put somebody's name, you know, as soon as you put that name out there,
copyright strike,
you get a copyright strike. What would it take, or what would you suggest, or what do you think the way forward would be if MCSK is not doing their job? What then should artists or upcoming artists do to be able to effectively get what is due to them? Collect, yes. Nonsense.
Okay, just a few things. The way ASCAP works here, everything is fully digital, right? I have a login to my account. I get to my account every day. Like, I can log in and see exactly where my music is being played and exactly where my music is being exploited and the amounts that they've collected. So currently, ASCAP cannot collect in Africa because they don't have reciprocal agreements. Because these crooks in Kenya refuse to sign these agreements because they know very well if they sign these agreements, na umlami ni ngori, umlami uende vitu zake. So they refuse to sign these agreements. So anywhere else in the world, I'm getting my money. And it's digital. I'm getting a check every day in the mail. Mnajua huko America venye kuko, huku ni hard. Mtu IBM kuchapa. Over and above that, ASCAP is not the only society dealing with music copyrights. There's BMI. So here in the US, there's something called freedom of association. So as a creative, I have the freedom to decide which organization is going to collect my money, depending on which one that gives me the best service delivery. So I chose between ASCAP and BMI, mainly in the ASCAP because of the perks that I get as a musician. But you have the right also to join BMI. Now, Kenya, we don't have that freedom of association. The Copyright Act forces artists to belong to 3 organizations, which is MCSK, CAMP, and PRISC only. So MCSK Kitwibia, there's nothing we can do. We just have to belong to that society. So right now, as a solution, and I've been pushing artists, and that's why I'm getting artists to come out and do press conferences and talk to their member of parliament and tag even the president, Mutioyote. We need an amendment in the Copyright Act, and this amendment, it needs to open up a copyright bill so that artists can be able to join other societies. Sai tumefungwa na hiyo society tatu, and it's stated in section 46.5 of the Copyright Act. Inasema we have to belong to these 3 societies. We want an amendment so that it's opened up, artists to decide where they want to belong. If you want to belong to MCSK, it's okay. But tunataka other players will come in so that there's service delivery and there's competition. Then you can decide where you want to go. That will be the biggest solution. And I have I've lobbied a couple of members of parliament, and not the usual suspects. So watu sema gama vijana mnawajua nini? Hao vijana ni useless sana. Wakiingia parliament wanaenda na kuchapata hii side ya mtu. There are some guys we've actually talked to who care about musicians, who care about the youth in Kenya, and they've promised us what a change amendment. And once that is done, now MCSK will have competition. Now Kina Mutua won't be thumping their chest the way they're doing. Now we can see where the industry will go from there.
Is the basic structure and which is not.